Howdy folks, in this video today I'm going to show you how I use ChatGPT to write formulas in Excel. So what I'm going to try to do here is linearly interpolate between 2 points, and you'll see that I didn't get it right the first time, and that's okay. I was going to jump right to the end and show you what the final product was, but I thought it'd be more valuable for you to see that it's not sometimes as straightforward as you may think, and it might take a few iterations. The point of this video is that you'll see the more information you give ChatGPT, the better your response is going to be. So let's jump into it. Okay, so here we have the Australian Bureau of Statistics data for the population of Australia. In my input cell, I can select the date, and the output cell will return the population based on an X lookup that I have written in here. So if I take any of the dates from the table and use them as my input cell, you can see that the chart changes automatically, right? So if I take September 2022, chuck that in, the output will update. So it says 26.16 million population of Australia. But what if I wanted to choose a date that was in between these two? So for example, if I wanted to choose the 20th of the 9th, 2022, doesn't work, right? Because the X lookup is trying to find a date in the table and match it to a corresponding population. Because there is no date in the table that has 20th of the 9th, 2022, there's not going to be any population either. So how do we approach this? Well, it really just depends on what you're looking for out of your output. In this case, I am trying to find a value that is in between two of the data points I already have, and I want to calculate that using linear interpolation. What better way to find out the formula that we need to use than by using ChatGPT? So I'm going to write in something. I have a table in Excel called data. It has two columns. One is labeled date and the other is labeled population. Write a formula for me that takes an input date value in cell B3 and then finds the corresponding population for that date value by using linear interpolation. Okay, so let's copy the code and put it in. Copy code, come back to our Excel, and well, there's a problem with this formula. There we go. Let's take a look at it. And it's massive. And what are we doing here? So it's checking that our input data was in range, then a let function to define all the variables, and then finally it tries to linear interpolate. I'm not sure why this isn't working, but you can see that the data population part of this table is not being highlighted. So there's something going on there. The let function didn't work properly. Can you please write the formula again? Okay, so we've got a different response now, and it looks like the formula is quite a bit different as well. Let's see if this one works. Okay, it looks like this formula does work. However, when I put a value in it that already exists, I get a divided by zero answer. Okay, so one last try. Back to ChatGPT. That formula works for input values in between my data points, but I get an error message for any input values where a data point already exists. Can you please make sure that the formula calculates correctly for these instances too? Okay, hopefully this one's a charm. Let's come back up. Let's copy the code. Let's go back into Excel. I'm going to Control A to select all and then Control V to paste. Okay, I think we might be onto something here. I'm going to test a few values. Okay. Seems to be working well so far. Now, the big moment, what if I choose a date that is in between our values? So, for example, 15th of the 12th, 2022. Okay, there we go. And there you have it.